Hi everyone, good evening, welcome to Transformers, the show number 176. Alexis is running late, but we've got a fantastic show lined up. We've got Bludgeon, we're going to review our top 5 Bludgeons, our top 3 Transformers so far of 2023, plus loads more. And Jamie is going to do a review straight after the pickups, and he's got the Humble Origins, Orion Pax, and Senator Shockwave to go through. So loads of stuff. Let's do a classic intro. Classic. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've got the news coming up in a second. As I just said, we've got the Humble Origins pack, we've got Senator Ratbat, that's going to be reviewed. The initial first looks plus a Orion Pax, so I'm excited about that. Still don't know where Alexis is, but I'm sure he will arrive.
Did you say Rampax?
Rampax? Tampax? I'm thinking Tampax, and it came out of my mouth.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Right, let's do some motherfucking news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Oh shit, sorry. I was looking at something over there and not doing what I should be doing.
There's loads of news, so we'll try and skip through it. I'm just going to click through the pictures, but feel free to comment as you go along. Yeah, Snarl. So this is the core class Snarl, isn't it, that was revealed? It's part of the Volcanicus Combiner, and this was a leak that we got before it's kind of the official reveal that we got on the Fan Tuesday stream. So you can see it as part of the actual Volcanicus Combiner, which for a little thing doesn't look too bad. Reminds me a little bit of the original Monstructor. That was quite small, wasn't it? You know, with the little Pretender bots inside.
Oh yeah.
Snarl, when he's sniffing something out.
What have you got, boy?
My initial thoughts on this, I was very complimentary of it, and I'm going to be brutally honest. I kind of looked at it in a hurry, and I didn't really look at the photos. And the more I've looked at it, the more I've started to go, actually, it doesn't look great, but it still looks better than most of the rest of them. That's the thing. And so I'd say of the set, it's one of the better ones. But I don't think you're buying this for the individual Dinobots, are you? Really? I think you're buying it for the combined Volcanicus mode. I mean,
bought it for the individual. I bought it for the individual Dinobots, and I bought it for the combiner forms as well. I just think they're cool little things. I think you're right. They definitely don't look like anything like third party. You know, they're not in the same ballpark or the same dimension or universe. But you know, they're fun little stuff, and I just thought it quite cool. I think it'd be. I was thinking about photography, using them and transforming, have them in the distance, sort of blurred down. It would give a sort of
that would work
shape, you know. So I was thinking about
what
stuff
are they
like
about
that.
£11-12? They're not a lot of money, are they?
Yeah. And remember, the engineers are always held back by the money, where third party doesn't play by those rules.
It's so weird to be in a world where we look at like core class, what used to be the little legends thing, and we say £11-12. That's not that much, is it? But that's the world we live in nowadays. So
Yeah.
Anyway, then was it Prime versus Prime? I can't remember. Let's see. There's a little thing down there. I think it is Prime versus Prime. He got hold of Studio Series Brawn and did some interesting comparison photos. So there he is with.
And that looks awesome.
It does look very good, to be fair.
Yeah. Agree.
I wonder if they'll do another 2-pack and they'll have Brawn and Ratchet in that one to complete your shuttle deaths.
They probably will. And I'll buy it, and it'll still be a waste of money.
Do you know what? I was going to say, well, no, we'll get onto that when we talk about the Humble Origins. Anyway, there he is next to Optimus Prime. Then that's the Earthrise one, isn't it? Rather than the Netflix, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think
that is.
Braun looks just amazing, though, doesn't it? It just looks.
It does look very good. Actually, seeing these has made me want it more than I wanted it before. There's an Ironhide that doesn't have a big hole in it, and a horrified expression. And then there's the vehicle comparison shots. Oh, just for Paul. Oh, you can't see them. There you go. Non-visible hands.
But I know.
Bit from the side. Oh, there's a visible hand. And there's Cup. Anyway, so
you know, I've got to say, Prime versus Prime's reviews, I mean, I've been watching a lot of them now, much more, and they're just getting so much better each time.
RJ really likes him.
He's grown into it. RJ's a big fan. Right. Oh yeah, Studio. Then there was the Studio Series official photos of Mirage and Optimus Primal. So
Optimus Primal looks kick-ass. Mirage,
Ooh,
I think
look
he's
at
already
that.
sold out.
That looks
He's
good.
already sold out. But
didn't they mention on the live stream that Mirage was based off a slightly earlier design that they'd had for him, and there'd been some tweaks to it. So they were like, one of the things they were going to do, they were going to redo the paint on the face so it matched more the actual bot, and I think there was a couple of other bits. But anyway, it looks good.
Yeah,
Big Ape Man.
Looks good.
But it must be really hard for a toy company to get this stuff prepared for a movie where CGI could change at the last moment.
It's always this way with animation, especially, isn't it? I mean, look back. This goes all the way back to the original, the Transformers, the movie. I mean, you look at the design of the toys compared to the actual designs we saw on the screen, and that's because they went through loads of changes from the original Floro Deary ones to what we actually got to see. It's just part of the way it goes. I mean, that does look pretty kick-ass, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've done a good job with these two.
And is the weapons, am I right in thinking the weapons belong to different characters in the show?
I think the thing that I'd seen a post about was there's some photos being shared of how his weapons can integrate with other Studio Series figures from the Rise of the Beast line. But it's that fake. I mean, Jesus, that's got a bit of Black Panther going on there with that.
Yes, definitely, hasn't it?
And that actually looks really good. I would actually genuinely consider picking that up because that
I have pre-ordered this.
I'm hoping that's supposed to be battle damage on the chest. It's not just scrape. But anyway,
And Mirage beforehand. Mirage looked good. That was Mirage, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it could have been Jazz, but no, it's Mirage. And then this one, which it's such a shame Alexis is missing this. He was really excited about this one. It really got him going. So this is the Core Class 2-pack they're releasing of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, harking back to the original days. Oh, he's here just in time. There we are. And so it's a Core Class Optimus Prime with a trailer and a Bumblebee, and they all can integrate, or rather both can integrate with the trailer. You get a tiny little roller.
Cool.
I think, well,
it's a Bumblebee from, the 2-pack.
What was that one that was out before? Yeah.
With Spike O'Daniel, and it was a 2-pack, so it's the same Bumblebee from that. He's pretty damn massive.
Buzzworthy.
But he's pretty damn awesome. He's pretty damn awesome.
What age range is? What age range?
We said no questions. No questions.
You're banned.
It's a cool
No
set.
questions. That's it. Right, I'm emailing StreamYard now.
8+ because it is aimed as much as it. I think kids will love playing with this. They've done this because it's like, oh, you're a collector, you like Bumblebee, you like Optimus Prime, have them together in a little set.
I often think the community should get together when people make these posts and say my 4-year-old son really wants this, and go, look, fucker, it's got an age restriction for a reason. 8+, mother. Let's keep it real. You should not be giving a 4-year-old this. We're reporting you.
I'll look forward to seeing that response from you in the comments to one of these posts. 8+, motherfucker. go all NWA on them. Anyway, there you go. I actually think it looks kind of cool. I wouldn't buy it just because I don't get Core Class really, but
I bought it.
Nice. The Bumblebees. If you were one of those scale people, you'd probably go, Bumblebee's too big. But who cares? They both look fun. Surely toys should be fun.
They're all the same size, lying down in bed.
Oh dear. Anyway, there you go. Then we had the Fan Tuesday stream thingy from Hasbro. And
I can see his face and his leg.
Face legs.
Face leg. What's that? Visible face syndrome. I guess they always have their faces
Slanty
are
down,
visible. Aren't they?
Tiny front.
Fleg.
This one's Detritus. Is that what it's called? What a lovely name.
The one with the Decepticon and
Is it Decepticon?
logo.
Did they say he's also a Junkion?
No,
historically, like canonically.
I don't know, but he's a mercenary, isn't he? So he's got like a Decepticon logo in his Jeep form and Autobot logo in his robot
Don't you think
form.
it looks really like Hound?
Yes.
I could do that joke all day,
Andy, right?
forever.
Andy, this is
this
the
a
cheap
question?
man. That's the cheap man's
a
double
question?
dealer. That is.
Is it a cheap man?
All spot in helm mode.
He's
Right, I look at this photo of Strong Arm, and it looks to me like somebody in a like a costume. You know when you see the costume?
Yeah,
that you can buy,
it just
that's what
Yeah.
the head's out of scale. The
Yeah.
head's
Hey,
out of
cowboy.
scale. I do think what they should have did was they should have upscaled it like they did for Tigertron or for what's the other one? The Velocitron speedster, female speedster, the bigger one.
The override.
Override.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, I think they should have did a more of an upscale for that, at least to get the head to kind of match.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with that Strong Arm.
I don't think
just,
it's the
it
best
doesn't
mold
look
that
as
we
good as the Warrior Class RID one, and that's
No, because
5 years
that's
old.
not the problem. The
Strong Arm
Elita
RID
doesn't
then.
really lend itself to being that character because she was always a bit kind of chunkier and bulkier, and
Yeah.
it wasn't about the feminine kind of look to her. It was just.
I
she
did
was
a
cool
Twitter
looking doll.
post where I had all 5 pictures of all the Tikadas of her. Yeah, and that doesn't look the best.
Why does this look shit?
That picture of that
where
alt
does she
mode looks a
originate
lot
from?
worse than the in-hand ones that we saw the other week. So I'm not sure if somebody's just not transformed that right, or if the other person, when they transformed theirs and they had the in-hand photos, had just done something different with it. But that just looks like a box with a bit on the front. And it looks better than that in
Ultramarcus
hand.
said it's Proto-Cyclonus.
Hey,
That's right.
Strong Arm. Is Strong Arm from RID?
It's not question time, is it?
yes,
News.
Strong Arms from RID.
And
2015.
after news, then you can ask questions. Okay.
This is the Volvo Optimus Prime, but I think there's some more. There's some more photos coming up of this.
That doesn't
so
mean
we'll get
save
back to
all
that
your
now.
questions up for the end of the news and then ask them live. That means write them down and ask them another day. Or email me. If you email me, I'll get your answers.
Anyway, there's Prowl and Ironhide dying. So
Chest
all your
bursts.
fans. Yeah, chest bursters, lovely. This art was pretty cool. I obviously wasn't able, unfortunately, due to work, to be able to view the stream. But I was watching. Shh, whisper it quietly. But at work in my office, I was able to watch the stream quietly.
Who was
And
this again,
Jamie, you were commenting on this art, weren't you?
Yes, I think it's amazing.
It's
Was
your
this the
third
Moore Gallery or
question.
Moore's
amazing.
Gallery or something?
Moore's Gallery, yeah.
Yeah,
Moon?
Moore's.
Moon.
Moore's.
Paul, could you just share
Go for
this
a while.
picture just very quickly?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Moon.
That's the picture there to show you the sort of strong arms which came before. So I could sort of zoom in and then I could go through them. You know, and
they look
I,
better.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
it's-
all
you're
look
right.
better, really.
Yeah,
The car one looks good. The third one on the left.
I think
That
it's
one
just the head. The head just doesn't. It might be better in hand.
Head looks
Yeah,
massive, doesn't it?
Good shot, Jay.
It does. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, so that's available. More artgallery.com. Go have a look.
Did you
UK
think
company
it?
as well.
I watched.
Is
I
this a
watched,
question?
I watched the stream, by the way.
It is a question.
Live stream with Jamie with our Transformers. If you want to watch this, by the way, Transformers Show did a very good rendition. Jamie hosted this one. It was very good. I watched it as well. Did you think it was very interesting that he cut out?
Stop asking questions in the news.
I literally just mentioned the stream.
I'm
He's
not.
repeating
I'm
it
not.
Anyway, moving on.
No, the artist
Dreadwing,
cut out.
based on Transformers Prime Dreadwing,
The
and
artist-
obviously using the Sky Quick mold we've already
The
had.
art-
But they've changed his gun, so it suits. It's actually matches the weapon that he had in the cartoon, which,
and
makes it
remember
look
to watch our video on how to transform them properly.
yes. So you don't start cutting bits off,
Do.
but you don't necessarily have to. Anyway, yeah. So it's a repaint with another weapon. I'll still buy the damn thing. God damn you, Hasbro. What
it's
was
an
this one
amazing
called
figure.
again? I cannot for the life of me remember this one's name.
Looks like Dino
Is it like
Trucks.
trash bin or something? Trash something.
Yeah, I've got. I'll find the name in a second. I've got
It's
it.
based off Bulkhead, I think, isn't it? Or they said something about it. Or something
Trash Master. Trash
Trash
Master.
Master. There you go. And he was
Yeah.
trash something.
Wasn't Trash Master the name of the junkie on like Retgar? Was
Why with the questions? I don't get. I
It's
don't
not a
ask questions in the
it's an
news.
observation.
It's
Not an
that
observation.
wasn't-
You're asking a question. There's a difference.
It's very RID Retgar.
I don't think this was.
Why are you
RID?
asking on the news?
This is
What
a new
RID
character, isn't it? Didn't they
Trash
say that?
Master?
This
That's
is a
not-
new character.
Was it RID Trash Master? Was it RID Retgar Trash Master?
There wasn't an RID record, was there? And we've had an animated Retgar anyway, but
you should just talk about the third party stuff. I love that.
I thought this might have been linked somehow to what was the
last
question, night they had that trash bot that turned up to sell bits of crap to everyone. It was played, I think it was Steve Buscemi did the voice for it. Anyway, I thought it might have been linked to that, but I don't think it is. Anyway, there it is, and it does all the stuff that other Junkions do, and lots of people want more. Moving on.
I like the change.
Bludgeon.
Ooh,
controversial in some ways. Some people aren't happy because it's just not the Pretender version. Some people are happy because it looks more like the kind of IDW version. I'm just happy because it's Bludgeon. So
yeah, it looks all right.
I'm going to buy it. The sword looks kick-ass.
I'm going to ask a silly question.
We all knew this was coming as well. Even RJ, who is claiming full credit for being the oracle of knowledge that knew this, but everybody saw the
yeah, because no one else fucking mentioned it. Like,
it was funny though when he was claiming, "I told you all. I called it." It was
Paul, don't hit me.
No, you didn't.
Wait. I'm not going to kick you. I promise I'm going to kick you. Right. Is this a question?
Yes.
Because if it is, then I'll kick you.
Wait. Let's give him a chance. Go back to the mold. I want to ask: have they improved the mold from what's his name?
Tarn.
Well, his hands still open up because you can see the pen there.
Like the gap fillers. So, have they improved anything? Is it exactly? Well, they actually improved.
No, Alexis.
We've only seen the sequel.
We don't work.
Alexis, don't talk.
No one works for Hasbro.
Your question. Right, and the thing is, we don't actually know, but the hand's still open because you can see the pin, and it doesn't appear to be any improvements as such.
Okay. I don't think the majority of people care that much about gap fillers.
I just think it's
some people do, but a majority of people don't.
And I still think it's like piping, but hopefully I'm wrong and it's been painted.
We shall see. Anyway, moving on. There's the tank though, basically Tarns, but in Bludgeon colours, which is fine. More photos of the Perceptor, but we know this Perceptor. We've seen this before, so we're not going to waste a lot of time in it. Again, with the toy head. Looking nice. We've got a new Transformers game coming out. Transformers Earthspark Expedition. And it's coming out on all these lovely formats, so you can buy it multiple times. And it looks a bit like that.
Oh, I'm going to get this and just be disappointed.
And like the only gameplay video I've seen of it is you're just Bumblebee, and if you are just Bumblebee for the whole of this game, I will be devastated. But if it's fun, who cares? But I care because I don't.
If he doesn't dance around the pole, I'm just not going to be happy.
That'll be an Easter egg. Anyway,
hey, pole or your pole?
Oh Christ! Now
Black magic
about poles has now put me off. What's this bloke called? Antagony. So this is the repaint of the Inferno that we've already had, and does it come with some extra bits? I don't know.
It comes with a head, an extra head.
That's
it comes with an extra head, yeah.
I mean, the colours are unbelievable. This isn't for me.
He's very big.
I can see why people would like it.
It's a scavenger head, I think he comes with. The scavenger head. You're the expert in all things. Yes.
There you go.
It's very tall.
That looks very old school sci-fi. That head sculpt.
Yeah. For some reason, they've opened the chest up for that, but I don't know why.
There might be a reason. Maybe there's canonically a reason. We all enjoy a good canonical. And there it is in its ant mode. Colours are awesome. And then, of course, just for Alexis, backshot. Right on the thorax. Anyway, moving on. Volvo Prime, whatever it's called.
Do you know, this looks awesome? And I didn't get the Christmas Prime because of the big penis, event. And
yours or this... Prime's?
But I'm going to get this, And I think it's due soon. Indie Man seem to think it's due soon, So
I think it's supposed to be not that far. I think there's a lot of that's the weird thing that we're in now. Remember when we used to see these things and it's like coming in a year maybe, and now it's all right. It's here next week.
I mean, it's already been out in Singapore for like that. It's been out in Singapore for a month now, like in Toys R Us and stuff.
Nowadays,
like
you find out you've been billed for it before you've pre-ordered it. So Hasbro are just getting really effective. They know us. Anyway, it looks. I have to say, I do think it looks good, and it's nice to see a slightly different version of Prime. The trailer's a bit sparse for
different transformation. I mean, it's a new transformation completely, isn't it?
Why not, Why not have a
and I mean, Rohan said he wasn't sure because it's got that one what do you call it, pipe thing.
The exhaust pipe thing. But...
I mean, it's kind of like having one testicle. Is it really that wrong if you use it well? I don't know.
Oh, you have one penis, right?
That's an interesting comparison. Where's Jamie's mind gone? Straight to the testicles. Right, moving on. this is Nightshade, isn't it? So we've seen this character in Earthspark, and somebody has got hold of the deluxe figure of Nightshade. Lots of fans of this character. Some people not fans, but there are lots of fans of this character, and we've had some fairly nice photos.
What's controversial about Nightshade? I don't get it.
Because she's no, not she. Sorry, it's they, them. So they are a they, not a he, not a she. They choose to be non-binary.
Characters.
Yeah,
there's a two non-binary characters.
I'm pretty sure this is the non-binary character.
I thought the one that was non-binary, the one that was human-born, well, Earth-born.
Oh no, the two. Well, this is one of the Earth-born ones. This is the one of them.
Oh,
you know, I need to watch it again, but I'm sure it's Nightshade. But if I'm wrong in the chat, please tell me. Anyway, it looks nice.
It looks
not,
awesome.
Again, not my kind of design, and it's not really for me, but I can see why some people would really want it. If they bring out an Earthspark deluxe version of that Tarantulas, I will buy that because that looked friggin' awesome in the cartoon. Spoilers if you haven't seen that far ahead. And that's its owl mode with Oasis eyebrows.
Is this deluxe size? Deluxe size, right?
Deluxe, yeah.
Yeah. And Inferno was what size?
He's Voyager, I believe.
He's big.
Does she sleep like an owl, like just face down? I think that's hilarious.
I just love the fact it looks so happy. Big grin. Anyway, moving on. And then we had the photos from good old Mark Lonus, from Hasbro. All praise be to the Mark. And he put the photos on. But again, the head just looks too big for the body. I get why you did it.
I feel sorry for the engineers because, to be honest, they've been hitting it out the park for the last 3 years. And I think it's okay to get one character which maybe we don't like. You know, and
they haven't been hitting it out of the park. They've had lots of miss. Like some of the robots they've made have been pretty wank over the last couple of years. We can't say this is the only one they've got wrong.
Sorry,
from their whole back
bad yet, bro.
I don't think this is terrible. I just think the head's too big. If you make the head a bit smaller, I could live with it.
If we took a baseball analogy to it and we looked at the hits and the misses, it'd just to see if they got relegated or promoted based on. And I know what pause for you is.
There's no relegation.
How much did you drink today, Alexis? Have you been connected to like a vodka bottle with IV or something? No.
I could just take a baseball analogy and we'll just talk about golf.
I bought one drink tonight.
Yeah, how many you bought for you?
That's not.
You lost count. I like that photo of her arresting Axel Grease or some kind of kinky foreplay. It's one or the other.
It's whatever you want. Kinky foreplay, but all that was
that Axel Grease figure. The colours on that are just beautiful. I know Dave and his Puzzle Nips. He's a big fan as well of this character. But anyway, there's Strong Arm, and then I think we're getting close to the end. The junk trash, whatever he was called, trash bin. They showed how you can use him with the other bits to make a kind of dinosaur-y type Triptychon-y type combiner thing. Junkosaurus.
It's all Junkions, right?
It's all the bits.
Listen to me. Stop asking questions. It's none of your concern.
I love how you love how you use Piccolo.
Right, moving on. Here we are. G2 Universe Laser Cycle.
But also, seriously, stop asking questions.
The G2 one. So we got a few photos of these. I don't think we've had like proper decent photos until we had these. So there you go.
I'll be buying this. You know,
the colours are pretty.
I think it's horrendous. But for some
reason, then your eyes. Look at
ouch.
That. Wow.
Makes me want to watch Rugrats.
Oh, God.
Do you know there's a dark theory about Rugrats? That
not now.
Okay. News! All you got to do is hold it together from the news. Literally the one rule we agreed on.
Oh my God.
No, wait till get... I can mention Rugrats though.
Anyway, there you go. There's Sunstreaker in his, I don't know what you'd call that deco, but anyway, oh God, the Mirage is just amazing, just amazing. Like a shell suit you'd get down Catterick Racecourse Market back in the day.
It looks very much like the Prime. The Prime which came out. What's the Punky Prime that came out? That looks.
You mean the Toxitron one that this whole line's based off?
Same colours as that one, isn't it?
And there's Dead End again. We have seen Dead End before, but not official photos. And there you go. Looks nice enough. I didn't need to work on the paint there, just on the visor. But anyway, that's it. That's everything for mainline news. Wow.
Well, there is a bit more mainline news, Andy, and it's a bit of a big one, and I've got it right here. So TF UKCon, obviously coming up next year, 2024, in Birmingham. We've got our second guest announcement. So we're going to try and do one announcement. We're going to try and do one every 2 weeks. And this is the one. It's kind of a bit of a big one this week. So here we go. Thank you to Simon Odd for this awesomeness.
2 weeks, we could have 25
I know, there's going to be more guests than there is people attending. It's going to be mental. But yeah, here is this week's guest. Yeah, so Lee Sullivan will be at Jamie. TF, Jamie and I will be there, but Lee
Jamie's
Sullivan will be there.
He's filmed for a premature ejaculation.
The artist.
Back with his wallet. What's he doing?
So 13th of May, you've still got a month and a couple of days to go to primetimetoys.co.uk, and you can get an early bird ticket, which will just cost you £30. £30. We've already announced Simon Fairman. Why questions? And we've already and then we've got Lee Sullivan as well. We've got so many more guest announcements, so many more exciting people to announce. It's going to be amazing. It's just a brilliant time, isn't it? 2 days. I mean, we stay in the hotel for 2 nights, so we can have the Friday night and the Saturday night. It's a bit of a Transformers party.
I may have to come in the Thursday night. No.
That's what starts happening.
Can I just say, for anybody who's not sure, Lee Sullivan is a very talented artist who worked a lot on the original Transformers comic book, amongst many other things. And I think I've met him once, possibly at Sheffield Comic Con. I'm going to ask him when I meet him, and he won't remember, but I'll ask him anyway. And if we're having all these guest announcements, does that mean that on 1 week it'll be like you, and then on the next week, 2 weeks later, it'll be Jamie, and then 2 weeks later, Alexis, and then we'll probably skip me. But, just do it that way. We'll drag it out.
We should do a guest announcement, but Transformers the show will be there.
Oh, no, we don't get announced on anything, I've noticed. We're not that important.
You announced us, didn't you?
In fact, I think there's a pledge to have us removed. There's a fund going on just now.
A GoFundMe.
Yes.
GoFundMe. Anyway,
there's a danger they'll be back.
Oh, sorry, we haven't done third-party news, have we? What a heartbreaking situation that could have been. If
it's very professionally done, Paul. Very well done.
That was lovely, yes.
That was Simon Odd who done that for us.
Well done, Simon. But well done,
Simon.
For pressing play, thank you.
I do recognise a lot of the artwork as well.
He doesn't know.
A lot of action artwork there.
Maybe you can let him borrow your voice.
I will be stood at the bar going, "Do you know who I am?" I will, because I can. Because I'm well famous in it.
Do it naked. That way you'll grab his attention easier.
I feel you have an ulterior motive there, Jamie. But okay.
Do you know who I am?
As I'm saying that to the police as they're dragging me off to the van. Do you know who I am? Anyway, third-party news. Oh,
okay, third party.
Believe it or not, this is the fun part.
So just before
Alexis, are you going to do this, or
yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Before we get started, I want to say the pictures that we showed of who was the artist on Hasbro.
Listen to me. Stop asking questions.
Lisa,
every time.
No, it wasn't a question because he deliberately left out. If you looked at the photo of the image he did, you notice he left out deliberately. He mentioned this on the Hasbro. He left out 4 characters, didn't he? And Jamie, you know this because you were there. He left out Huffer.
If this hasn't got anything to do with this Transformer by New Age, then I'm quitting the show. So
is New Age.
It fucking better be.
I think it would be easier if we just.
This is New Age Slag. New Age Slag. They've announced him Slag, and I think it looks very good in the alt mode there, don't it, guys? He looks like he's going to say, "Bring him baloney." Elysium Saloni. So move on.
He looks
Cool.
like, sorry, what was he saying?
Yeah, just put him into the pit of spikes on the moon.
Oh,
Elysium
Cesium Salami.
Elysium Saloni.
Don't say poor Alexis.
Who said Mick? Is that Mick? I swear to
Mick.
God, I will.
You
come
don't
into that
have to
chat.
do this
I will
with him.
slap you into next week. Last week you were saying get him off. Anyway, there we go. Let's move on. So there's him, and then we get the different flavors of Tactical Commander.
Doctor
Woo.
Dr. Woo.
Actually, I don't know if I forgot to they've actually announced. This is Delta Magnus. They've also announced the Black Magnus as well.
Oh, I know because I do my job properly, son. That's what I do.
There
Nice.
you do.
Pow!
There we go.
Right in the kisser.
Boom. So if you want
Nemesis style.
Nemesis Magnus, Magnuses.
No, that sounds like a question. You're accenting the end of your sentence.
Yeah, no, it's not a
It's the
question.
intonation. Anyway,
This is the answer, Paul.
There it
This
is.
the answer.
That bit in Anchorman where they leave the question mark by accident. He goes, "Good night, Seattle."
Alexis will read whatever you type.
We should get him some scorpions for his birthday. That would be class.
I want to drink wine.
I
Anyway,
think these are very cool.
there's the shattered glass version.
Oh, I haven't seen, this is one I haven't seen actually. So this looks very
dear.
good. If you're into your
So
purple,
there you go.
if you're into your purple. So
I can't believe that this week I had to actually go and actively seek out third-party news because I looked
You
through
do
all the
such a
photos
good
we had
job.
and there was
You do
none.
such a good
There was
job.
not one
You do
bit.
such
I
a good
thought,
job.
I'll never hear the end of it from Alexis.
It's
if I go to
amazing. Like,
Facebook.
so Doctor Wu don't traditionally
Dr. Wu.
do a lot of. So Doctor Wu generally don't do a lot of repaints. They normally like do a 2-pack, and then they will release a different 2-pack, and then about the third or fourth one they'll do a repaint maybe. This is the first time I've done. So obviously like Magnus is generally 2 bots in one, pretty much. It's the first time that they've done like a 2-pack back to back, and they've done that 4 times. So I hope they don't do the same thing going forward because they've had such a successful run. And they've done Seekers as well, so they always paired a Seeker.
Pickups.
We now return to the Transformers.
No question.
Alexis, I know, but you're just
It was
waffling on.
rambling, though. You were just rambling right at once.
What did you get this week, Alexis?
I got a few things. I got the I can't. It's in the other room. I got the IDW Phase 3, Volume 3, the one with cup on the front. IDW, the hardback, from eBay. I also got
That's the one here.
cassettes from Fans Toys. So it's the other ones which go with the blaster. So you
Oh,
got
they look cool.
Aren't they
Steel
quite
Jaw.
new? Like
Steel Jaw.
really new.
Yeah, they like yeah. So Bobby
Like,
Scarface did a review on like Thursday.
Oh, there you
Just
go.
I had them on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I
So
knew
you
I'd
could
seen
have done a
somebody
review
do
for our channel and
Yeah, I was
those
just
reviews.
going to say, could have helped the channel, but it's fine.
But no.
Again, I was away with work.
You had too many questions in your head.
What, this afternoon?
New Age, and I got New Age Hound. New Age Hound as well. New Age Hound. New Age Hound.
Houndy.
So, Hound. New Age
I
Hound.
love that. I love that. version.
And I also, just people's fancy, I got Trailbreaker, the MP Trailbreaker, compared to the Fans Toys Trailbreaker out of the box. And I thought him in the best mode I thought he would be in. And to be honest, he's okay. Chris Gaunt wants one of these. I know he wants one of these. I transformed. He's fairly good. He's good. Like overall, he's very good. What's the right word? Build quality. He's just a little bit. I'm not sure.
It's warm
So,
and hot.
Chris, if you want to buy him, then I'll.
Dirty hot.
That's pretty much.
Do you just try to sell him to Chris Gaunt on
No.
the show?
I also got Michael out as well. So I got, if you can see Michael. Oh, hang on. Sorry.
Barrymore?
There we go. So, Michael. The,
Jackson.
New Age Michael. NewAge Michael.
Oh, New Age Mike.
There. If you can look there, if you make me big. Wait a second.
That could take a while after all the drink.
There we go. New Age Michael. So he's actually bigger than the other versions of Omega Supreme. He's a New Age one. He's okay.
Behind the arc.
No, he's next to the arc. I would say actually, I'm actually not as impressed as I was as anticipated. I felt that the Pengu Toys version, they've listened. So Pengu Toys, the downside Pengu Toys, which Rohan bought, which was like 50 quid. This was 150 quid. Pengu Toys were 50 quid. And the downsides were the rocket wasn't big, there was no electronics, don't give a shit about that, and the grapple, the arm wasn't great. So what Penguin Toys have released is an add-on kit. Do you want to know how much the add-on kit is for the claw and the rocket?
£100.
£7. Seven.
That seems reasonable.
£7. And they've now. So I'm like, so Rohan, I really don't want to see. I really would like to see your comparison between Pengu and Michael. I will happily lend you Michael for a week. So.
Cool.
I've got nothing else that's worth.
Good. Jamie, what did you get this week? And this is kind of a little bit exciting because Jamie got something a little bit, well, like you, he got something before everyone else. But he done something with it.
Whatever.
So, what I got this week was, I got this Friday about 4 hours ago, 4 or 5 hours ago. I got the Humble Origins 2-pack of Senator Megatron and Orion Pax.
Nice.
The two packs that no one asked for ever, and and it's a complete opposite to the sort of Megatron Minor and Senator Ratbat 2-pack. In the sense, I really wanted the other 2-pack, and this one I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, the alt modes are fantastic. I've only managed to take 2 photos because I only just got it, and yeah, I do like the alt modes, even though the Tetra plane spaceship thing has got these tiny little wing things, you know, which are just ridiculous. It's almost like the French version of wings. You know, I just don't get it. I mean, he's not going to be. Cybertron's got an atmosphere. Those things aren't really going to do much to help them steer. And that okay in space because you don't really need an aerodynamic in space, but because there's no air. But I just don't get it. And obviously, Orion Pax has got a hound mode, isn't it? It's like the hound.
Yeah,
mode. And it looks cool. It looks good. You know, it's nice and colourful, but then it doesn't really look like the Orion Pax from the IDW that I know. So I'm just a bit confused. I don't get it.
If I'd never seen Siege Hound ever in my life, or they never released it and they released that and said that's their style of Orion Pax, I would, that's pretty cool. It's only because I know that it's Siege Hound. I'm a bit like,
I mean, I did do a real high definition shot, so you could zoom in really quite well in it.
The thing with this set is that you get Shockwave, don't you? And when are you ever going to get a Senator Shockwave again? That's the thing.
See, that's the thing. See, Senator Shockwave, at least he kind of, in his robot mode, kind of looks like there. I just think, I mean, he doesn't come with guns for a start. You know, Orion Pax is a fucking data clerk, and he's got a fucking axe and a heavy rifle. You know, and here we've got, you know,
I do wish they'd given Senator Shockwave some kind of weapon.
Yeah, I get some weapons and gave him some decent wings. I think third party can come to the rescue there because those wings come off quite easy. They're just ports, and they could be the worst swords ever, or they could be those things you use to find water. You know, those two little what do you call?
What, divining rods or whatever.
Yes.
Senator Shockwave's hobby.
You know, and there they are. There. See, this is when I kind of like Orion Pax because he does look, you know, quite stocky. I mean, the fucking data clerks are hard work there, aren't they? They look like he's ready for war. And Senator Shockwave.
The axe is a throwback, isn't it? The axe is a throwback to one of his previous generation's toys that came with a big axe. So they chucked it in there, I think. And the gun is just Hound's gun. So they just repainted it. But, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he's got, my one's got a permanent crank to his neck. So whatever way I tilt the head, he's always got a crank. So
have you tried wiggling it for a while? If you wiggle it to loosen up the bulge on it,
it just kind of reminds me of those. Do you know how we used to watch those sort of like, I don't know, old films produced in the 40s, you know, and obviously they used the extras from the American forces which had landed there because they were ready to go to D-Day, you know. So you'd always see these Americans in the crowd with like the metal helmets tilted and put their heads like that and chewing gum and stuff. So it just kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. I get that sort of idea. Senator Shockwave. Does that look like Senator Shockwave from IDW?
It does if you actually look back. But he had some different color schemes, and in the end, they've kind of gone for one that's. He was red, blue, and white in one of the color schemes, but it was more red was the base color and blue and white were the additional. And they've kind of. I think they said on the stream they've changed it round so that it complements Orion Pax. So it's like still themed red, blue, and white, but it's not. Exactly the same.
I just don't get it, though, because they could have gave him some weapons, and as I said before, those wing things come out quite easily, and they can be used on his hands, so you could,
tiny wing swords.
Yeah, so they can make swords, so it could be like that, like a little sword, or find water. I don't know. So it can be used like that, which is better than, I don't know. He's a senator.
I know he never had any kind of weaponry in the comic books, but then they gave Ratbat a weapon, and I don't remember Senator Ratbat ever being tooled up. So you'd have thought that he'd given him he'd given the null rays, for Christ's sake. Even if he can't put him on his arms, he could have held him in his hands.
I think you'll find people will review this and they'll be making those things swords or something like that, So there'll be 2 daggers and stuff like that, and not the most convincing sword, granted, because of the shape, but you can use your imagination. Yeah. But Orion Pax does look quite cool, although quite small, and it's a good use of that. It's like Paul said, it's a good use of the hound mold there. They did well, but you just think about another bottle. Could they give us Earthrise Hound? That's what we want. Just Earthrise Hound. That would have been awesome.
You mean the Earth Mode Hound?
Yeah, Earthrise.
Because there is one coming, isn't there?
Yeah.
They have revealed that.
Especially after that. Is it detritus? Whatever that's
detritus. Yeah.
Yeah. What a name! Thanks to his names. Yeah. So that was basically the sort of 2-pack. As I said, I only apologise. I only managed to take 2 photos. I actually have
still one of the first reviews, Jamie. There's no other reviews on YouTube. And you've just done one of the first.
I recommend this set if you don't like Transform. No, that's the wrong way to put it. I recommend this set.
You don't like Transformers.
If you're compulsive like me and you must have everything, then you're the type
I've
of
ordered
person
it. Mine's on the way.
Yeah.
I've literally bought it for Senator Shockwave because I don't think we'll ever get another toy of him. So I want one. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers, mate. Andy, what did you get this week? Did you pick anything up?
I did. Well, yeah, I did. So I got my what do you call it? Legacy Evolution Armada Megatron.
Cool.
And I really like him. I don't bemoan the fact he hasn't got the gimmicks anymore. I know some people go on about, oh well, he hasn't got the little mini-con things. Well, there's no mini-cons to put in it, so I don't worry about that. But
you said get his cock out. Jamie Little. I never heard you be so rude.
I prefer it when it's like that. Because you're supposed to have it like at an angle, aren't you? You're supposed to have it hanging down.
No, you're supposed to have it like that.
Oh no, you can. You can put it a different way.
Are you talking about the Transformer?
Oh yeah.
I like how you whispered it as well. Get his cock out.
Angle.
I don't know sign language.
I'm not even sure he was talking about the toy. I thought he was just talking to Alexis. Anyway.
You don't get this and then go.
I would recommend it. This is basically, literally, if you like the original Armada one, it's that toy with much better articulation, and that's it, really. That's what you're paying your £50 for. This is a different kettle of fish. This is just stunning, and without a shadow of a doubt, my favourite of the Dinobots that I've actually had in hand. And he's solid. I've got no QC issues. Yeah, I just love it, and I'm biased because I love Snarl. So, I fully admit that I'm biased, but it's a frigging good toy. And I'm looking forward to some photos from a certain toy photographer I know who might get all of the Dinobots together and create some kind of yes, well, okay. And might create some kind from lots of photographers I know.
It'd be nice if
Hasbro do it as well, mate.
It would be nice if Hasbro would actually send me a Snarl which actually has a head. That would be great.
Yours, what? I thought you got one. Didn't you get one last week? Like a replacement one?
No, they sent out a replacement, and this one came back when the nose was gone.
Oh,
so like sent.
They're doing it deliberately just to piss you off.
Yeah, just to piss me off.
He's so solid. Like you can pose him, and he doesn't like just flop over. Unlike the other figure I opened, he comes with a sword. Some people bemoan the fact it's not painted, but there'll be a third-party company who will have a whole Dinobot set ready to go.
May I?
If they've got any sense. May I what? Yay! For a man who hates generation stuff and mainline.
Those legs look a bit small.
By a lot.
Snarl
It's
was
the way
my,
it's the way it's strapped in. It's making the legs look doubled back on the
Ah,
shoulder.
yeah,
They
I see on
ain't
your
big,
one. They
small.
don't.
They're big and they're
younger.
chunky. It's chunky.
Good.
First Dinobot.
I like them big.
Where did you get it from, Alexis?
Cocktails?
He got his from Comics and Cocktails, didn't he?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because I remember him asking in the chat if anybody else had the notification thing.
It was a weekend later than everyone else, I think. But again, I don't mind because again, it was £5 cheaper than everyone else, so 10% cheaper. So, I've got all my Dinobots here. All my Dinobots, you can't quite see them. They're hidden by the bottle. They're here. I have my Dinobots with my legends. So I think they're perfect.
We're off on tour.
I think they're perfect for like.
Not even his pickups. Not even his pickups.
Mystery tour.
So Jazz,
Wait. Stop for 2 seconds. Stop for 2 seconds. Right, keep going.
So these are perfect for like legend scale because you have movie bots. You've got Slag here with Finger. I think they're perfect. Because if you remember the scene when Hotbots try and get them onto the shuttle, they're massive, aren't they? So that's my whole preference around Dinobots being massive. Why are you playing out here, brothers?
Rohan, are you going to wait until it's on sale before you buy Snell? Because that might be a risky strategy if you use it, mate. I'm just saying. Like a lot of places have sold out, and I know that they're going to get restocks. But you know,
I haven't got him out of the box.
get him while you can, mate. He's good.
I think his head, Jamie, from what I can see, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think his head looks alright.
Just had bad luck then, by the sounds of it, Jamie. What is going on? Anyway, right. Is that everybody? Paul, you haven't done yours. Can you pinpoint the exact?
Don't know how to turn it down. Wait. Fuck. So I got lost in the Out There Brothers then. Ooh, it can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. Absolute poets of the 90s. Poets of the 90s, they were.
Out here, brothers.
I got nothing. Although I did find the USS Reliant concept randomly came up for sale, and I managed to get it for £24. This is a thing I've been after for many years. Plus, we signed. Well, we didn't sign anything; it's not that official. But Joy Toy are going to provide us with some Warhammer figures, which is a bit
Some
cool.
joy.
Some joy.
Joy on toy. New segment.
And what we'll do is we'll give them away. So Joy Toy are going to send us Space Marines every month, and we'll give them away, as long as they're not Blood Angels, to people on the page, which is great.
You still collected your what the ships that you did?
I specifically said that to the guy who works for Joy Toy. I was like, I'll give them all away, send them over to me, but if they're Blood Angels, I'm keeping them. So yeah, it's cool. No problem.
I was looking to helping them out, and they're helping us out, aren't they? It's cool. Oh,
Wait,
you saying Kai Havertz? I'm not sure
Alexis
you should be
has got-
celebrating that.
Yeah, for 65 million. I thought it was going to be like 30 million or something.
That's like there was a football rumor very quickly, but there was a football rumor that one news agency was trying to push that Newcastle had offered Barcelona for Rafinha £30 million and Bruno Guimaraes. I mean,
What for one night?
Rafinha wouldn't be worth one of Bruno Guimaraes' toes, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't buy the fucker. Anyway, sorry, that's football chat. We'll go back.
What's the name of the company that you went out? The name of the Starship company that went out of stock that you said you collected? The ones that come back online every Friday.
Eagle Moss, or in the US they were known as.
Are you still buying those?
Hero Collector. Yeah, but I've literally only got like 2 or 3 to get now.
Nice.
2 or 3 to get.
Put that at the bottom, mate, and we'll get it. We'll get it for you.
Which ones?
I don't know.
I want to pick up a little bit of rice.
Is it Linus? Is it Inus? Who's that guy? How do you pronounce his name?
Joy Toys aren't on Love Honey. There are joyful
Eunice?
toys.
Is there for Aston Villa or something? Was that Aston Villa you just flashed up?
Yeah. It was Linus Rice,
Linus Rice.
goalkeeper for Villa.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a goalkeeper. He had short sleeves. No, I know that.
Yeah,
Goalkeeper
no.
shirts can have short sleeves.
No, he had his hands. Oh my god,
Martinez
is
plays
that
the
Arab?
short sleeves
Is that Bridefire?
Right, let's go.
Arab
Okay,
Bride.
pickups is done. Let's move on to what's next. And next is
Rohan?
Rohan's Corner. It is.
Rohan.
I just
Thank
need to
God.
turn off Out Here Brothers.
That means I don't need to listen to Alexis for 10 minutes.
I'm always. Oh, Jamie, I'll phone you.
because he'll
You want-
unmute himself and then
I'll
he'll
phone
you.
you one-to-one.
Happy dance,
I'll
happy dance.
FaceTime you now, Jamie. Wait a minute. I'll FaceTime
Let's keep leaving your voicemail
Rohan.
Who is the
Rohan.
super YouTuber?
Rohan.
Is it Paul, the Joy Toy Collector? Andy, the Newcastle United fan? Jamie, the GoBot hater? Alexis, the salesman? Rohan, the man with the plan and the Wall of Fame? Might just be Rohan's Corner, Super Transformers guy. Rohan's Corner, poking Hasbro in the eye. Oh, he's so fly, a groovy guy with a beard that just won't stop. When the bots get rough, he's super tough as third party cleans up. Rohan's Corner, Super Transformers guy. Rohan's Corner, poking Hasbro in the eye.
Thank you, my friends. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rohan's Corner. And it feels like months. No, it feels like 4 million years have passed since the last episode I've done where I've actually got a chance to talk to you, or I've actually got a chance to record something. So apologies for that. Hopefully it's a good one. I've been thinking about several ideas. I really want to do an episode on Beast Machines. I wanted to do an episode for absolutely forever. And with Rise of the Beasts out there at the moment and everybody going wild for the Beast Wars, we don't often talk about it, the ugly child in the room, which is Beast Machines. But there are some great things about it. And hopefully you guys all want to see an episode on it. So if you do, hit like in the comments, let us know your thoughts. I would love to hear if you'd like to see me do a review on Beast Machines as a series. Anyway, for this week, I thought I'd take us back into history. For those of you who know the Transformers history quite well, you know that Transformers originated from Diaclone in Japan.
ダイアクロンレスキュー隊員。彼らの乗る車はロボットに代わり救助に活躍する。メカが光るダイアクロンカーロボット。
And some representatives of Hasbro went out to Japan in the early 80s, picked up the property license rights, brought it to the Western world, and created the Transformers brand, created the Transformers characters and all the backstories and all the lore and the cartoon series to sell the toys alongside with the comics. However, did you know that there is actually another unknown brand that was out there in the 80s of transforming robots that made it to the Western world and was not as well received as Transformers, but became something that we all know and love today, which is why I'm wearing my Cycle t-shirt today. And it is none other than Robo Machines, or for those of us here in Europe, Machine Robo, or for those of you in the US, Machine Men. And this series, created by Bandai, which had a Japanese cartoon series, was a standalone toy line of figures that were available in the rest of the world, but not backed up by any media. No comics, no TV series, no other memorabilia, just some toys on the shelves. And they didn't do particularly well originally, and they realized this quite quickly, and they started building cheaper toys because the expensive, large toys that were on the shelves not moving anywhere weren't helping, so they got an entry-level price point at $3 for what eventually became the standard GoBots figures out there that all of us love and cherish to this day. But there's a bit of a misdemeanor. There's not a lot of GoBots going on in the world today. Obviously, aside from the IDW, I think it was, comic book series, which had a short run of GoBots character episodes, and also an appearance of Cycle in the Marvel Universe recently out of nowhere, there isn't pretty much any other GoBots stuff going on. There was obviously the Crasher toy in the Legacy line, not really that much of a lookalike towards Crasher, but had the color scheme and sort of had a face that sort of went as a homage to her. But anyway, the point is that when the GoBots were created by Bandai, it was as a result of something that happened with Transformers, actually. As I mentioned, Transformers picked up from Diaclone, brought over to the US, Hasbro and Takara came together created this brand and created the storyline and the ethos and everything else that we love today. Actually, in 1982, the Machine Robo series out in Japan was doing well enough on its own. When it was brought over to the US, just like Transformers was, actually before Transformers was, it was done so by Bandai, and they teamed up with Tonka, and they went to distribute the series, and they called it GoBots. And when they did so, they created their cartoon series, they created all the other memorabilia, it spun out into loads and loads of diverse lines and product sets, which are just, you can go and watch the basics, or you can go and watch Toy Galaxy's history of Transformers versus GoBots. They're great episodes, both of those, and they'll tell you the history of it. But the key point was that GoBots ended up coming out second best to Transformers. It died off after a couple of years. The Rock Lords did not help them. Let's be honest. Who wants a transforming rock? There are different concepts in the fact that GoBots are actually cyborgs, whereas Transformers are actually robots, etc., etc. GoBots have human brains, etc., etc. Anyway, let's not get into all of that. The reason why I wanted to talk to you about Machine Robo or Robo Machine today is because this week I managed to pick up some Action Toys Robo Machine figures, which came out from around 2015 onwards. You see them here displayed on my Teletran 1 set. People like this Missile Robo, or as you know, if you're a GoBots fan like me, the orange toy version of Blaster, as he was known in the GoBots series, with his missile launchers and missiles here, massive missiles turning into a missile tank. We have Spacey, the space shuttle, very cool little space shuttle there. Again, these are supposed to be sort of masterpiece class figures, although they've not got much die cast in them, and they aren't, as you can see, masterpiece scale. However, they do have much more complex transformations than the original GoBots did. Blockhead here turning into a cement mixer. What a great figure. He has some die cast here in his drum, but plastic all the way around. Otherwise, we have the iconic Buggyman, one of Rudy's favorite characters. Great little figure this. I believe he's got this toy as well. A great color scheme to boot, with some real detail in there. You've got a steering wheel, some controls, obviously the seats for the buggies, the exhaust pipes, and the actual lights on the back there painted in, as well as on the front, and the wheels all obviously. We have Fightor over here, or as he's known as Blue Jet in the Robo Machine line. I don't know why. These characters all obviously originally came from the Revenge of Kronos Robo Machines line, and have then been adapted into GoBots lore. And for some reason, he comes with swords. I much preferred the GoBots character of Fightor, sort of the Shockwave of the series, if you like. We have Tank over here. Again, some differences between this and the GoBots iteration. In GoBots, he was a much darker blue, a much more squat tank, much longer as well. This is a very sort of tight-packed vehicle mode for him. Still a cool figure with his Cylon-type fusion cannon there, which is very cool. And then right at the end here, we have Screwhead, or Drill Bit, which is obviously a drill, like in some of the Transformers series where they're mining bots either in Beast Machines or in Transformers Prime, as we saw with the drills, looking for Energon. These are pretty cool. And the figures themselves, when they came out, were between sort of 45, 50 pounds. Kapow sold a lot of these, still have some of them in stock, I believe. And some of them got discounted. I did buy the Bike Robo, the cycle version in this class, and I didn't like it. The face sculpt was not the same. The head, the color of the legs was wrong. The old mode was all right, but the robot mode was not good. So I sold it off, and I've got these now. I also have the KFC Toys Cycle, which is obviously masterpiece scale, much larger. Doesn't really scale in with these guys. Here's hoping for some 3P companies come along and do a full GoBot line, cartoon accurate. Doesn't have to be Masterpiece. I don't collect Masterpiece. Legends will do, or even Hasbro scale would be fine. But I'd love to see someone putting some emphasis into these, because, like it or not, Robo Machines and GoBots are part of the Transformers universe. Bandai lost the rights to the distribution. Tonka was acquired by Hasbro in 1991. Yes, there are some sort of legality issues between Bandai, Hanna-Barbera, who did the cartoon series, and Hasbro. which are preventing any of the parties from actually recreating those figures. But 3P, come on, you can do it. Anywho, I thought I'd just show those off to you this week, share them with you. Hope you enjoyed them. Something a little bit different. Still transforming robots. Don't shoot me all at once. Don't pelt those tomatoes. Anywho, hope you've enjoyed. Back to the studio.
Transformers, Rohan's in disguise.
Cool. Thanks, Rohan. How did you find that, Jamie, Andy?
I thought
awesome.
it took it in a direction I wasn't expecting, and for that reason, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
I just loved the fact I was hearing one voice. It was just amazing.
One voice in unity.
Right. We now have to go over to a little bit of foreplay, and this week's foreplay is Bludgeon.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
Cool, right.
Jonas.
I'm loving the subliminal messaging just in case he's watching.
Is he Aston Villa, though?
Yeah, he's Aston Villa.
I read the name. Okay.
You know him, Coutinho.
Is it Jermaine Jonas? Is that his name? Jermaine Jonas?
Jermaine Jonas. No, he's manager of Aston Villa. That's who you get confused with.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, is he one of the Jonas brothers? There's the 3 of them.
Only Christians would find
Is
that
that a Jonas Brothers?
Why do you only work in question?
We operate in question.
I know.
Do I only operate in question?
do you know what's funny? He doesn't know how to talk when it's just him to speak.
Oh.
He can only think of stuff when other people are talking.
Yeah, the life in the Holy Grail, and they try and get across the bridge, and the swallow guy, he goes, "Is that a question?" Yes. Ah! The guy flies off. It's like,
you would be so dead.
you get only.
Thanks, Tom.
Right, okay, so let's do foreplay, and it's Bludgeon. So I don't want to go first, actually. So this week I chose for my Bludgeon foreplay Bludgeon. That's Bludgeon. He's RID 2015, and I think, is he Bludgeon? He's an Autobot.
No, he wasn't Bludgeon, but they used the same toy and they recolored it, and I think they remolded the head slightly, and they had a Bludgeon toy out.
Is it Bludgeon in disguise?
It counts.
Does he look like Bludgeon?
Yeah, he does. He
does. The head sculpt.
He's got a skull.
You repaint that. That would be a decent Bludgeon to have on your shelf.
Oh, okay. So did they release a...
repaint it?
They did do a Bludgeon from that mold.
It looks like he's got eyes on his chest, like booby eyes.
That's where his booby tanks. He's got butt eyes as well, look.
Butt eyes.
He's the only Transformer that's got eyes on his butt and eyes on his breasts. And for me... That's why. What did you just say? Shit.
I did because he's fine.
Oh dear.
But I'll transform it. I'll show him in a sec. But someone else is having a go.
Anyway,
but he's really cool. They did release him in proper Bludgeon colours. Thank you, Charlie. I thought they did. A bit of me thought on the show he'd started as a bad guy, or everyone thought he was a bad guy, and they met a goodie, and the goodie actually turned out to be the bad guy, and he turned out to be the good guy.
Show, but he's an Autobot, but he like fights some of the Autobots as well, because I can't remember if he's like a mercenary type thing, or if he's like a bounty hunter.
Something like that. He's a bounty hunter, I think.
God, it's years.
Is he like Johnny from Greece? Like, hey Johnny. Like, you know, like he sounds like me a bad guy. He's like, hey, why'd you like Sandy Sue? And then suddenly, like, he likes him. And, and then he starts singing, and then he sings ballads and stuff. And then
we haven't had any comments which support that, but
the chat was ablaze with chat about exactly the same thing. You've captured the feelings of a nation there, Alexis.
I'm so glad that we agree.
We're just killing time while Paul transforms it. So
I'm not. I've done. I'll transform it while someone else goes. So.
I'll go.
Jamie, you go.
Because it feels like every section is your section anyway, Alexis. Because you just.
Hey! It's the one.
So this is RID Bludgeon.
That's the one I meant to get. Sorry.
And Yeah, it's because I can see colours well, and
I bet you can't transform him though.
You'd be right there. I like him because he's the closest I've got to Bludgeon in my collection. Yeah, he doesn't question my choices, my life choices.
I'm gonna mute myself in a second.
He's like, you have that other cookie, Jamie. Go for it. You take it. So that's my choice. That's Bludgeon. I like him. I can't believe that in a sort of £12 figure, but they could do an amazing head sculpt with no fucking defects, and yet a £55 Dinobot, they fucking can't do that.
Go on,
Jamie. Seriously, Hasbro. I mean, get it together. Get that QC issue sorted, because seriously, you would have to be blind or have the eyesight of a 60-year-old not to see the defects you see in these figures. But anyway, it's nice to see when Hasbro was in its prime. it could use paint apps. So Bludgeon, who's an iconic character, and everyone should have a Bludgeon in their collection. And if you don't, are you a true Transformers fan?
The answer is no.
Good question, Jamie.
Jamie asked it.
I like questions.
I knock them down. Go on, Lexus. You were going to do yours, weren't you?
Mine's very swift, so because I can't be asked to move mine, so I will move my camera. So my Bludgeon. Again.
Hold on, everybody.
Here we go. So my Bludgeon, I have DNA. Did anyone remember DNA Designs Bludgeon? No.
Well, those of the third-party kit.
Third party DNA Design. Is it going to stretch? No. Is this one here? Is that one there? So DNA...
Oh, I have seen that. Isn't that very rare?
It is very rare. I bought him for about £80. He comes with his backpack, which is the turret of the canopy and the turret of the gun. You push a button, and he has secret weapons disposed. So he has all his shurikens and his other swords and.
Is that
daggers.
Death's Head leaning on him?
Yeah, Death's Head. No, he's not. Is he leaning? Oh, he's a bit typical. So this chef gets knocked quite a lot. This is my. Oh, fuck off, Death's Head. Right, this is my Decepticon comic shelf. So I've obviously got comic book, Galvatron, Death's Head, Bludgeon, G-Axis, and Shockwave. These are my favorite Marvel comic book bad guys, Bludgeon. And I always thought about selling this DNA Designs because his articulation is shit. Ultimo is amazing. Gimmicks are amazing, but he captures what I'd like. So until maybe the new Bludgeon comes out. Obviously G-Axis is quite small. Death's quite small.
It's a pity he's so shy and won't come forward to the screen.
Oh no, he is shy. That's just because of the way I beat him that night. So
maybe we can coax him out.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of things you beat off at night.
Oh, many photographs of you, Jamie.
You're talking about homeless men for money.
oh, for fuck's sake.
all I will say is Patrick Bateman's got nothing on me. And if you don't know the joke, watch American Psycho.
No. Andy, what did you choose?
I don't know what it'd be worse in the shower. I bet he gets stabbed to death or beat off with Alexis.
Jamie was about to go for one, and then went, I'll hold back.
Alexis, what Galvatron was that? Was that Fans Toys?
That's Fans Toys. Sorry, that's Fans Toys
Sovereign.
It was the Sovereign, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely shows again.
Sovereign. It's a 3D printed throne. But it's the plus weapon. So it's got yellow eyes and the alternative paint job. And I always wanted to get the Magnus to suit it from X-Transbots, but the mold is so temperamental. But everyone loved it. As Andy knows, it was Galvatron that made it, right? What made the Magnus and Galvatron fight? Galvatron. What made Time Wars? Galvatron. What made most of Marvel and that sort of Galvatron was an absolute fucking machine.
I never thought I'd bother that much about having the toy colours Galvatron till I got the Legacy, what was it, Select, whichever one it was, the toy colours one, and it's just like, yeah, that actually hits. It just hits different, and it just the comics. You see, it depends whether you're a cartoon or a comics guy, doesn't it? Really, I was a comics guy more than a cartoon guy, so yeah.
He sits there, prime my shelf, my. So again, you have shelves, and it's like
you should probably put Death's Head in that seat because he seems to be struggling to stand up, so maybe he needs a bit of a sit down.
Oh no, he's okay now. He had a glass of water. The barman has not tossed him out just yet.
Oh dear.
It's not last orders. There is still time at the bar.
Right. Is it me? Or is everybody else gone? Oh,
yeah, I'm here.
You went with your what's it called? Blastwave?
Blastwave,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be really obvious. It's got to be the original. And as a toy, don't get me wrong, it's not a great toy. It's very much of the time, but it's still even not a great toy for a Transformer of the time.
Still
but
cool.
It's frigging the original Bludgeon, and it's the original Bludgeon. You get the samurai skull shell, you get the tank inside, you get the little robot. Just how can I pick anything else? The only other thing that I've even ever owned, and I never had the Bludgeon version, but you know, then they did the oh crap, what was the line? It wasn't Thrilling 30, was it? The one where they did Banzai-tron in it and from the Bludgeon mold, and the Bludgeon was a complete bugger to get. No. It was like a movie style Bludgeon, and then they did a Banzai-tron out of it. And the only one of them I ever saw in like real life was Banzai-tron, and I did buy it, but then I got rid of it. It was with all my movie bots, and one day I sold them.
Why is Banzai-tron related to Bludgeon?
Because they're both kind of from similar eras in history, and they're both supposed to be like almost like martial artists. Bludgeon's Metallico, isn't it? And I can't remember the one for Banzai-tron. Somebody in the chat might know. But anyway,
you say Drift as well then in that sort of category. Drift, Bludgeon, Drift, and Banzai-tron.
Well, Drift didn't. Well, it was no. Drift might have been around then. I'm trying to remember what year it would have come out. Anyway, I'll find out.
All
was it
Samurai
Hunt for the Decepticons line? Anyway, somebody will know. And they used the same mold to do a Megatron as well. They did a Megatron in like G2-ish colours, I think. Anyway, G1 Bludgeon. Obviously. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Andy, the one thing that
and Mark, if you're watching, thank you very much again. He lives in pride of
He has a party trick.
No.
Andy, that Bludgeon has a party trick. He has a party trick. No, Bludgeon can do. He does. Take his helmet off on screen.
Right.
That's it.
Do you know what? I'm going to do, out of morbid fascination, I'm going to do this, and I want to see where you're going with this. Are you ready?
Right. Look, and that's the only full skull Transformer that there is, because every other Bludgeon has some sort of cowl or cape or hood or whatever. Yeah. He's the only one that has the full skull end to end. Good old like Skeletor, the original OB skull face.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, I've got to stop messing around with my Bludgeon because the more you take the helmets off, the more paint gets left on the head of the figure inside. So
just use a bit of lube, mate. There's always some lying around.
A bit of lube. Get a bit of lube on there.
Get a lube on there. Get a lube on.
Sort you right out. You won't have any problems then.
Proper pucker, mate.
Right. I think that's Foreplay over with. You're right, Paul.
Sorry. Oh, my microphone's on.
Jamie's managed to regain his composure. He's back.
Getting your cheese and biscuits, Paul.
It's getting near to that time. Right. Jamie, would you like to go next?
I've already went.
Yeah, he is, remember?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of our top 3 pickups. Everyone's done now, isn't they?
Yeah, it's discussion.
It's discussion time.
Oh, sexy Paul.
We now return to the Transformers.
Right, discussion time.
Why is the Aston Villa player pointing towards Arsenal flag?
Right, I'm going to start. Every time you ask a question from now on, you miss the next show.
No! Why are you doing that question?
Was that a question?
Again,
Just think before you speak.
I could do a spreadsheet. I would enjoy it.
Jamie, the spreadsheet's not big enough for me.
Right.
No spreadsheet can contain this man. Anyway.
No, Ian, that's not the discussion.
The spreadsheet got handle the truth.
Right, so the discussion for tonight is our top 3 toy pickups so far. So we're halfway through the year. We've got some really good toys, some really good Transformers, some other bits and bobs as well. And we're just going to go through our top ones, our top 3. So who would like to kick us off with this?
Yes, I'll go.
James?
I remember this, you naughty boy.
Yes, so basically...
Before you start, Jamie, can I say my question for the end?
Oh, fuck off.
All right, is that all right?
Yes.
I do have a question for you.
Yes,
all right.
till the end.
For the end.
You have the power to end this.
So, anyway, my sort of major one was the Diaclone base. And for me, it was... listen to this very carefully, Hasbro. It was wonderful to buy a toy with exceptional paintwork and care given to every facet of this figure. Even the little small, tiny figures, which are smaller than a 20 pence piece, had eyeballs painted in the correct position. It was a marvellous feat of craftsmanship. And I wish, Hasbro, you would take note. Exceptional bit, brilliant. You can even get metallic stickers because there's little magnets on the feet, so you can put the metallic stickers around the place and you can have them standing easier. But the feet, because they've got a lot of magnets in them, make them quite weighted so they can stand quite well. My other choice, obviously, was the sort of Batman, not Batman, it was the sort of Megatron Miner and Bat. IDW Origin set to me, which was just exceptional. I just loved the Megatron mold. I know a lot of people may be getting sick of this Megatron mold. I just feel like with Hasbro, they keep teasing us and they can get better and better. And I would like to see another Megatron mold with that sort of face sculpt and nice big eyes there. Bat, obviously, it was wonderful to get a figure, especially when the Generations figure is obscenely expensive to try to buy second hand. So it's great to have a much better updated version and exceptional figures, especially Megatron. So a must have for any true Transformer collector. You need to have this set in your collection. But choice would be my third choice. It would also be like Shrapnel. It was just good to have that Insecticon, just a solid. I think the sort of like the Autobot equivalent would almost be Beachcomber this year. So it's great to have this sort of figure. And just cool. Just looks good. Just like a mini masterpiece, which maybe we say too much now, but that's what it feels like. That's what it is. And it's like true to the G1 cartoon and comics. So yeah, I love it. My other one was one which took me by surprise because when I pre-ordered this, I just wasn't really sure. And Skyquake, and he quickly became one of my favorite figures. They just a lot of love went into this character and a lot of detail. And remember to check there's a video short of how to transform it properly. This a backpack issue, so you shouldn't need to cut or adjust anything. I just had a lot of fun with this figure, and I think that's something which I know when I like a figure a lot is, it just fires the imagination. And I love doing that piece where, testing out different lights and trying to be subtle and create a sort of idea of the flames coming across the grass, or the lights coming from the flame across the grass. And I just like that, that one there, just experimenting, and that actually, nothing was held there. There was no fancy cables or nothing. That was him holding that pose on that sort of bit of rocky out piece there. So yeah, and that's sometimes, because sometimes when you're taking a photo, you just want to show the bot how it would be displayed, which in usually my shelves is quite static. So it's fun just playing around with him. He just has so much character, and and that's what I loved about it. He just has the presence. Now, and Tarn technically came last year, didn't he, Andy? I think Tarn came technically last year.
Was he last year? I was actually thinking about him for mine as well. So
I think so this year.
We'll let him pass. He's fine.
Yeah,
You
because
go
I had
with
to
it.
get a new Tarn because my cat destroyed Mother Tarn after Alexis
There you go.
dropped it. So I picked up this guy again. So
All right, hang on.
So Alexis, just shh. Let me finish, please, okay? Because you know. So Tarn's brilliant, and I've got the Mastermind Creations Tarn, you know, and two of them can work quite well in the house. But I've got to be honest with you, if I didn't have, you know, the Mastermind Creations, I would have been happy with that. They completely nailed this character, and it's lovely to have. The only thing I wish was that face mask it came off. You know, I love the fact that the hands open and close. I love the transformations, nice and simple. It's just an awesome figure, and again, you know, a lot of imagination can be done with that figure, you know, and he's got presence there, you know. So again, honorable mentions has to be the 3-pack here, you know, of Elita. Well, it's not Elita, it's Ariel, which is Ariel and Dion. Honorable mentions because it's great to have those figures. Honorable mention is Nemesis Prime.
Great photo.
You know, another one which was elevated just by I don't even think he's really a comic character or even in the cartoon. I just think, you know, it was just simple paint job, wasn't it? You know, and yet I think they improved over Leo Prime. Okay, you don't see the seagull anymore; it's now a crow, or a raven. But you know, the lion head has got more presence on it. It's got more personality just because it's got the eyes painted in this time. It's no longer dead eyes. You know, it's no longer, you know, the look of Mei Lin when I buy another Transformer. Other last honourable mention has to be Origins Jazz. I think we were all quite excited, you know, and yeah, it was quite cool to get him. You know, and I liked him. And yeah, so that's the last of my honourable mentions there. But it's been a good year. A good year.
A good year, indeed. Indeed. Good photos. Thank you. I'll go next. So my top 3. So they're not all Transformers, and I thought I was on mute when I was getting these boxes out. So probably my third one. And last year I took one of these to TFN and put it on the table, and it drew a lot of attention. It was the Blood Angels Terminator. And this year we've got the Blood Angels Redemptor Dreadnought, which probably doesn't look as big as it actually is. If I put it next to my face, you can see it's a fair old, there's a face for scale box. It's absolutely massive, this guy. And he's not much more than a normal Dreadnought, but probably twice the size. And this is when Joy Toy just really started hitting it. Well, they were doing brilliant from the start, but then they started knocking things out like that. Then next... the last one is a Transformer. This one isn't. Is the USS Titan, which is next to my bed. It's not in here, but really hard to get hold of. And again, this year's been brilliant for toys, especially if you collected any of the Starship collections, because the company went bust. That wasn't the good bit. But then Master Replicas got all the stock, and they sold it for the same price that it originally was going for. So all those scalpers got stuffed on eBay, and I managed to get the USS Titan for £24. Which was brilliant. And then finally, last but not least, was Magic Square announced that they were going to do Bruticus, which got me really excited because he's one of my favourite combiners. But then I thought, if I'm going to get Bruticus, I need to get their originally released Overlord, which is their Stunticon set. And I got him because I thought, I kind of want him. But now I've got him, I think he's going to be better than the actual Bruticus set, because I think these... I've got they're all in hand, they're all upstairs. They're just so good. All the molds, the
plastic.
Yeah, just every single part of them is just so much fun. The transformations probably don't seem to be as complicated as they're going to be on the Bruticus set. So yeah, that's probably number 1. Magic Square Highway Overlord. Oh, we should do worse pickups next week. But just to give it a shout out to Tom, I picked up Tarn and I gave him away at TFUK Con. But he was brilliant, really, really good. The legs were just a little bit floppy on my version, but so apologies if you got him. Just put some varnish on it. But that was out of the box. But I thought he was, for Hasbro, he's probably my release of the year. breathe. Right. Alexis, would you like to go next?
Love to. So, I've got a very simple box. My third is a legend figure. It's Kang Toys Tantrum. Now, the reason for this is I've got the MP version as well. I haven't transformed it. I've transformed this. I've got the Headstrong, the Rhino. I've also got the bird. Is the bird called? What's the bird called? And the
Panthro.
So, reason for this is it's not complex. It's a good transformation. A bit broke off. Admittedly, a bit. One of these things broke off. I'm gonna have to write off to but overall, he looks like quite a menacing bull, and so generally he is a bull or a leg. And I thought, well, he's a leg, so he does that. But he is a bull, and I thought his and he has the articulation in the legs through me. Also in Roma as well, he's articulated well. His Rhino counterpart, which is why he's not even free, is fairly static, has really shit back legs and has a gaping mouth, and I was like, oh. So the Rhino's okay, but Tantrum generally was two colors and he articulated well, and I thought overall was a very good bot, and transformation wise was very good. And yeah, unfortunately there was a breakage, but we'll get that fixed. So Tantrum's my number 3, and I'm looking forward to the overall Legends Predator King through Kang Toys, and I believe it'd be really interesting to see Kang Toys Predator King next to MMC Predator King. So I think there's not much size difference. There's bulk. MMC is bulk, but interesting to see that. Number 2, I haven't got it to hand. It's over there. I'll do this. Okay, it's up there. We do double dealer. Andy, do you have double dealer to hand? The fans hobby. Yeah, fans hobby to hand. If I just come out of this, Andy, you in shot?
Oh, you want me to show it now?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's a bit of a spoiler alert, but all right.
Number 2 is fans hobby, double dealer, because I think that they did a phenomenal job trying to recreate 3 modes in one. It's oversized for if you're going to go for scale for the bots, because fans hobby also did the other headmasters, and he's meant to be the same height as them. He's twice the height, but again, he's twice the engineering. So I'm not criticizing fans hobby. I think he's a really good bot. And I've got him posed in. I've got 2 of them. I've got the bird and the bot. I have him posed in the mode which you see in the stance that you see when he transforms. And anyone who has this figure will agree that he is probably the best double dealer that we've had today, other than the original, which is still on par. Thank you, Andy. That's my number 2. You will always be my debate, Maggie. Thank you. And number 1. I was torn with number 1. I have two mentions, and I'm torn because I haven't got either one out of the box. So controversial. And number 1 will either be Skyfire MP57 Skyfire.
For some reason, I suddenly need to go for a wee.
which I've got out the box, or it will be what's the
So you've not even seen these Transformers?
How can you rate it as the best Transformer if you've not actually had it in hand and actually, had some experience with it? Because it might be crap. I mean, it probably isn't, but it might be. You don't know.
Because I believe. And no.
Damn it! How can I come back from that?
Half of what we. Okay, half of our.
Enough is never enough.
What we do, right? We believe, right? And we believe.
Is that a question?
No, don't go around.
Question?
No, don't go off on a tangent.
It's a statement. We love Transformers, right?
Listen to me. Stop asking questions.
I can't remember tonight because so many interruptions. Did I even mention I got this?
No.
Oh, right.
Right.
I did. I got the horror set,
you
which
did,
gives
you
you
did.
nightmares. Yeah.
Go on, Jay, you go.
Dead robots. Dead robots.
Yeah, and this is the coffin.
Whoa! Yeah.
Bye.
Alexis is
On to
playing
your
around the
nightmares.
screens for the last time. I'm happy to add.
Have you done your number one? You've done your number one, right?
Skyfire.
Last one.
Or it would be HasLab Star Saber.
That was last
And
year.
I'm not sure yet because I haven't gotten both out, but I think Star Saber is probably going to win it based on what I've heard from Jamie and the way I've got my Transformers.
It's like the fucking top 3 Schrodinger's cat of Transformers. What could possibly be a good Transformer? But I haven't opened the box yet, so I don't know. Potential, massive.
Potentially, that could be amazing.
Yeah, it could be the best Transformer ever in the world.
Worst thing ever.
It could solve the crisis with inflation. You haven't opened the box, so no one knows.
Could bring mortgage rates down. Could save
Yeah.
the world. Or could just be shit. Who knows? We'll find out.
Right. Jamie, have you been?
Yes, Jamie.
Yes. I am so forgettable.
Jamie was accused in the chat of going full Alexis because he had a lot of honourable mentions to go with his top 3, which I felt was
did.
unfair. Honourable mentions are allowed. Wait, no. When I say honourable mentions
are
are
they?
allowed, no, not
Oh.
you, not you.
Andy. So Andy's 10.
No.
One minute.
Right.
Andy's 10.
Very quick honourable mentions. Legacy Evolution Needle Nose, it was brilliant. If you're not a fan of Needle Nose, you might not think he's as good as he is, but he's still a freaking good figure. Tarn, I love that Tarn. Just fantastic. I agree. It's a shame the face mask can't come off, but yeah, it just, you know, Hasbro always leaves us wanting a bit more. Legacy Evolution Dirge, I was really happy to get him finally. He may be coming along with. He's close to Skywalk for being my favourite Seeker. And then I picked up loads of different stuff, including some of the Master of the Universe stuff that I've got this year. So I got the Origins Leech, and Leech was a toy that I had as a kid that I always really loved. So that could have been in there. But I decided to stick with Transformers because, you know, Transformers the show. So my first is an old bot that I picked up at TFU KCON, helping out charity, and it was Galaxy Force Vector Prime. Talked about it loads on the show, so I won't waste time
spent
talking
more
about it
money
now.
that weekend than I did, Claire.
I gave more money to charity. I gave more money to charity than you did, Jamie. Moving on. Number 2 was one I got from somebody in the Transformers sales, Transformers UK sales group, and I actually went to pick up the bot I was buying, which wasn't this one. And we just got chatting because he was another collector, and he was saying, "Oh, I've got a load of stuff that I'm selling that's late G1," because he didn't care about late G1. He was all about like the 84 to 86 bots. And he said, "Oh yeah, I've got this boxed one from like quite late on," and it was G1 Stalker, and then just I haven't got the box with me tonight, but it's something about getting an old boxed bot, like a vintage one, is just so awesome. I'm almost more as excited about the box as I was about the bot.
Andy.
Slap the missiles on him. He's nice and green. And
every time I get a new Stalker, I celebrate.
You've lost one.
Yeah.
I think Mick's turned.
Yeah, the old stuff's the best, isn't it? I always say that. Pete as well.
Do you know? Oh, Pete. You can stop picking on the elderly. Right. And the other one, no shock, no surprise.
Mate.
Spoiler alert, it was Fans Hobby Double Dealer. And this one is a difficult one because I love it because it's Double Dealer. And I know full well in my mind. I'm not saying it's a bad bot. He's not. He's a great bot. But is he better than some of the Generations ones that I've got in terms of like really good bots? I don't know. But it's Double Dealer, so I have to give him so far in the year number 1.
Andy,
so
am I right in saying it's a scale? If the scale is different,
it doesn't fit in with scale-wise with any of my stuff, really.
That's the only thing, right?
It stands next to the what was it? Was it Power of the Primes? Optimus Prime, their kind of slightly crappy version of Power Master Optimus. Stands next to him, and he's about the same height, and it doesn't work quite as well. But I'm torn between the stickers. Have you put the stickers on yours yet?
No.
I can't decide whether I want to put the stickers on for the more toy look, or whether I want to keep him clean and fresh.
Toy.
Well, it's Double Dealer, and if you don't love Double Dealer, you don't love life. And I do love Double Dealer.
Nice. So from the Facebook page, if you go to Transformers the Show on Facebook, we're there. Some of the comments. So Chris Corn said, New Age Ratchet, Studio Series 86 Snarl, and Legacy Leaders Skyquake. Skyquake.
I would have said Snarl as well. I've only had him a week.
It's too late. It's too late. Mark McDowell said, you can say it for the full year. Said Legacy Motormaster, Breakdown.
Yeah.
And Select Breaker.
Brilliant.
Ken Gree said for me, Fans Hobby Double Dealer, Blue Omega Supreme from Hasbro, and MMC Optimus Promenium. Dave Wayne said Legacy Evo Crash Bar, Legacy Evo Nemesis, Leo Prime, Rise of the Beast, Optimus Prime, a couple more. Gav Morton said Black Zarek. Yeah, good choice. Origins Jazz, like you said, Jamie. And Menasor Legacy. Matt Holland went for Legacy Evo Needle Nose, KFC Transistor, and Fans Hobby Flamebreaker. Graham Moffat from Primetime Toys, Fans Hobby Double Evil. That didn't come out,
isn't it?
This year.
No, but to be fair,
it was toy pickup. Sorry, I remember.
This year, it's just your pickers for the year, really.
Transmetal, Rat Trap, Fans Toys, Fans Hobby Armada Megatron. Last two were Mick Holyhound picked up New Age Powerline, Fans Toys Cliff Jumper, Legacy Dirge, and then finally Ed drew Bumble Jumper 82, picked up loads in 2023 due to an impending house move. Oh no, he hasn't picked up loads, but did pick up Evo, Devcon, Hotshot, and Soundwave so far. Cool. Ooh. Right, what do you want to do now? Because I've run out of stuff to talk about.
I was going to say, do you think we should next week we should try and do what everyone looking forward to TFN? What pickups do you want? Log your pickups here.
I think we should probably wait till we're a bit closer to TFN.
Also, we know we have those discussions when we're not live.
Hype. You asked a question. I didn't ask a question, but once I answered the question.
I mean, he asked what we should do now, not next week.
This is why I ask questions.
You'll get old John Cruise on us now, man. Calm down.
This is the last time you asked me a question.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. These walls need guards. No, I can't even remember the line.
It could be worse.
Right, we can watch one thing.
That's it. Could be worse.
We watch one thing before we finish, so you can watch Dungeons and Dragons.
That's the
Mark Wahlberg interview, Pearl Jam, Bonnie Tyler, the Star Trek Future
about
Ship.
The new intro.
Fuck off. Electric Callboy, Hyper.
Let's let the people.
I'm asking a catch.
Come on, chat. What
the
do you
chat
say?
is saying hyper. There is. I think it's right. See you next week.